Hola amigos, Ghost here, and today we embark on a new journey, a new series on the game Ruined King, a League of Legends story. We will be jumping into this basically blind as I know very little about the expansive lore surrounding League of Legends. I never played the original MOBA game, but I have watched gameplay of it as well as its many animated short stories and trailers. And I watched the Arcane show that came out a few years ago. I know some characters' names and some random info about the lore, but what I barely know about this universe is just a drop from a large bucket. So, with that said, it is time to begin our journey. Let's do this! Gotta say, that was a pretty cool cinematic. I honestly don't know what was going on for most of it, in the sense of the backstory to it, but I do recognize some of the characters near the end. From what I can tell, clearly the person at the beginning is possibly the main antagonist of the game, and several of the other characters we see near the end are ones that we'll be playing as, are part of the main group, and maybe one or two of them may be semi-villains. I have no idea. We will see, though. Cool cinematic. The music was pretty cool. The visuals are pretty cool. The art style is also pretty nice. And now let's get going. Gotta select a profile, so I assume you can have 3 save slots. Don't know what these symbols are, but I want to go with the pistols. Because they're pistols, I guess. Alright, and then it brings us to here where we can look at the credits. We change back to a different profile, so there's 3 profiles you can have. Do options, and of course select new game. I'll probably real quick just make sure all the options are set to where I want them, and then we'll start. Let us begin our journey. And of course, we will be doing normal difficulty. Begin a new game with normal difficulty. You can change the difficulty at any time outside of combat encounters from the game options menu. That is actually a cool feature. I wish more games did that. I know some modern games do that and some older games, but not all of them. And I wish more games did that because it's useful, because if normal difficulty actually proves to be quite easy, we can easily jump it up to the second hardest difficulty or even the hardest difficulty later on. But anyway, let us begin.
In Bilgewater, monsters are real. When I was a girl, my mother was murdered by a low-life coward named Gangplank. He shot me and left me for dead. There was no trial. In Bilgewater, he was the law. I hunted him. I killed his men. I watched Gangplank die, washed away on the burning tide. But there are still monsters about. For centuries, the Buru people have protected these islands from the worst of them. But even they fear the heroines. Attacks in the form of a lethal black mist, courtesy of our unliving neighbors on the Shadowlands. Each time, the heroines return stronger, while the Buru grow distant. How long can we rely on prayers and magic? My monsters are flesh and blood. They don't frighten me. Only one thing does. Becoming one of them. Looks almost quiet from up here. If only I didn't know better.
Good morning, Captain. Your guest has arrived.
Raffen, remember when we could just take what we wanted, go where we wanted? We didn't have a care in the world. Now look at us. Taking appointments, attempting diplomacy.
Well, at least our line of diplomacy still involves guns.
That may be true. But when he was Reaver King, Gangplank only used guns. If I unite the gangs with violence, will the city still think of me as a savior?
Gangplank was a tyrant, Sarah. You're tough, but you aren't cruel. I'm proud to be your first mate, and the rest of the crew is proud to call you our captain. The gangs will follow you. It's only a matter of time.
They can't follow me if they're dead. Hopefully I can change their minds before they're all wiped out.
Some dogs won't obey until you show them the stick.
Well then, let's not keep Captain Thorn waiting any longer.
Okay. Cool. Sarah Fortune, A Day in the Life, follow upon. So I do know with Miss Fortune that there's 2 misfortunes in League of Legends lore, I think. Something like that. That was a cool, another cool intro for the game story. Clearly, Miss Fortune has, this Miss Fortune at least, wants to be something more than just a normal pirate lord and stuff, wants to actually be a good person. And it seems like during this story she's gonna like aid in saving this place, I assume. I don't know, I'm spitballing. We're gonna learn more as time goes on, but how do can we interact with, gotta keep an eye on things. Okay, so X is to press on these little question marks. Okay. I do like the art style of the in-game as well. It's uh, honestly, it just looks cool. Ooh, what's this? Okay, so we can look around. Okay, I'm gonna end up doing that for like 30 minutes every freaking chapter now, knowing I could do that. Oh, I can scan the environment. Interesting. I never did finish that letter. Interesting. 5 moderate health potion and 50 gold, I would assume. What's over here? 4 gold, 2 gold, and 2 gold. No rest for the wary. Okay. There's a bunch of gold, and this is a person we could talk to. Nothing to report, Captain.
Gangplank. I thought my hatred would die with you. I was wrong.
Captain?
Still got the bullets in my chest. Killing Gangplank wasn't enough, Rathan.
But you beat him. You're still breathing, and he's in little pieces all over the bottom of the ocean. Those bullets are just little reminders.
I wish they didn't remind me so damn much.
Interessante. I know League of Legends has like both ancient technology, old school technology, and futuristic stuff with magic, so it's interesting that she still has the bullets lodged somewhere in her chest. Interesting. Can't talk to him. Gotta go there, but we always gotta check the other areas. Wait. That's him. That might be actually where we're supposed to go. What's over here then? Oh, a side area completely. Don't matter what crew I'm part of. I give it my all. Okay, I'll talk to those in a second. Let me just steal this money. Don't know how useful money will be in this game, but I will grab it nonetheless. Gangplank ran this town like he ran his ships. You gave him You gave him sweet or blood. Gangplank was a killer, but more than anything, a con man. He'd spin tales of gold, turning sailors into thugs. Gangplank wasn't a man, he was an idea. Some people say ideas don't die. Well, maybe, maybe not. I will say, I wish the dialogue options stay on screen a little bit longer for us to read them. Especially for people that don't read fast. Like me. Either way, I assume we have to go through that main door. But of course, knowing me, I'm going to explore where we can. Some men don't want fair and nice. They like Gangplank's way. Well, times change. In the years Gangplank's have been gone, many people have been getting rich. Oh, this changed completely. This is a different piece of dialogue. Okay. Long may the new queen reign. Gangplank was unpredictable. That's how he kept us in line. The constant threats of violence. With fortune, you know where you stand. Treat her well, she treats you well. Basically. Cross her, she shoots. Okay. It's cool that some of them have extra dialogue, but yeah, I do say that's probably a little nitpick I got at the moment, is just trying to keep the dialogue options open. In Noxus, we would have thrown Gangplank into the arena. Would have been more fun. Okay. Folks fear the black mist, but me, I think it keeps life interesting. What's over here? In the parlay room. Okay, so we can't go that way for now. I assume that might lead to outside the building. Can we go down here? Nope, not until we go into there. Okay. Then let's go in the main room. A whole new area. Okay. Nothing down here. Up we go.
I see you've been doing some remodeling.
What can I say? The place needed a woman's touch. I don't think the previous owner would mind.
Guess not. Seeing as how you gunned him down, along with the rest of the Conclave.
Are you here to parley, Captain Thorne, or to criticize my sense of decor? I trust you've considered my offer.
Offer? Hand over my operations to you, my fleet and all of my men, or else? Misfortune. You may have killed Gangplank, stolen his fancy mana, but that don't make you my queen. From where I'm standing, it looks like Bilgewater is still up for grabs. Now give it up, girl. You know I'd hate to ruin that pretty face.
So much for diplomacy.
You know, Raffen? I think I'm starting to enjoy it.
Multi-wave battle. Combat basics. You will initiate a combat encounter when engaging enemies in the world and at major story moments. Fighter cards display key stats such as level, health, and mana. Health is the green, mana I believe is the blue, level is that little number, so we're 3 levels higher than the 2 enemies we got. The initiative bar displays the order in which the fighters will perform actions. When a fighter's portrait reaches the front of the initiative bar, it is their turn. When it is your fighter's turn, you can perform one of many combat abilities. Instant abilities do not cost mana and are performed immediately after confirming a target. Lane abilities cost mana and require time to cast. Pay attention to the fighter's turn order when selecting abilities. Complete this wave of combat by defeating all enemies. Fair enough. Okay, so we can swap between instant and lane, so let's select instant. We have Love Tap. Deals 55 damage, generates 10 overcharge, applies tapped. I wonder what tapped means. Overcharge, I assume, is that little electric number that's next to the mana, so we'll do the Love Tap. And we will select you. And we have another ability. Alright. We have Fancy Footwork. Reduces all damage taken by 40%. Increases invasion by 10%. While Fancy Footwork is active, Strut is not removed upon taking damage. Not sure what Strut means. R3 does this to allow us to see. Okay, that's what that is. Alright, I guess we'll do fancy footwork since it looks like the two enemies will be attacking next. That's a cool animation. Interesting. They did not do anything. Let's see. Lightning ability, since we are the next one. This one will take too long, but we can do one of these two. Let's see, what's this one do? Shredder Balance. Deals 124 damage, splits randomly over 6 shots. Double Up Balance. Deals 69 damage to the target and 69 damage to a nearby target. If the first target is defeated, the second shot will deal an additional 34 damage. Both hits apply tapped. Okay. I think I'll do Shredded, and then after I do another defensive thing, I will do that. Alright. Okay. Oh, we weren't able to have enough time. Okay, that makes sense. Damn, we took those like they were nothing. And we will do, it looks like we'll just be able to do this one. We will target the guy who's basically dead already. And that tapped him and removed almost all of his health. Oh, that allows us to do that again. Okay, then we're going to dodge real quick. Okay, we had 12 damage. It's alright. And we will end this. Bam. And now we got Captain Thorn himself. Generate overcharge by performing certain instant abilities. Overcharge acts like temporary bonus mana that can be used to cast lane abilities during the encounter only. When you are low on mana, generate overcharge and stay in the fight. Okay, that makes sense. So basically, if we run out of the blue, we still are able to use our more powerful abilities if we continue to produce overcharge. And certain abilities from the instant thing does add those. So we could do that, but I think what we're gonna do is just do a regular love tap. We're gonna probably get hit no matter what, so might as well just do more damage to him before he does to us. Yeah. Now let's see. We could do a lane. This one should allow us to do a good amount of damage towards him since, yeah. Ooh, we did a critical. Interesting. Not sure what that does. But either way, ooh, that would be nice to do that one. We actually haven't done this one yet, so Heartbreaker Balance deals 150 damage if the target has tapped. Deals 42 damage instead and consumes tap. Interesting. You know what? Let's do this one. Just so we know all the abilities. You can select a healing potion from the potion bag to recover health. Combat will end in defeat if your entire party's health reaches 0. Manage your health wisely to keep them fighting. Bam. Victory is ours. Oh, we get some loot. And XP for the enemies slain for using overkill, 2 waves. Okay, and we get loot. We got gold, so it is gold, and white essence, a variety of common ingredients used for enchanting. So there's an enchanting mechanic. Interesting. And of course, she gets a little bit of XP. Love how she starts out at level 9 instead of level 1 like most games usually would do. That's very interesting as she does that.
I'll consider this your formal surrender.
The Syndicate will never follow you. You hear me, tyrant? I'll die first.
I see. How about you boys? Does your captain speak for you all? Well then, Captain Thorn. I'd say this meeting is adjourned. The rest of you, welcome to my crew. Prove yourselves loyal and you'll be rewarded. Betray me, or even whisper the name Gangplank, and I'll stuff you in a box with your former captain. Understood?
Yes, Captain.
Another successful recruitment. Minus a few stubborn holdouts, the Syndicate's with us now. Their ships, their guns.
But none of their leaders.
Not yet.
Even if I have to put a bullet in every captain from the shipyards to the slaughter docks, I will make them understand. Bilgewater belongs to Sarah Fortune.
Later that night,
Rathan?
lane switching. Beware, the enemy has a buff called Primed Mist Bomb that will detonate and hurt your party upon death unless it is first disarmed with a speed lane ability. When selecting lane abilities, you can switch from the default balance lane to the speed lane or power lane, using the lane up and lane down buttons. Performing an ability in the speed lane will reduce its cast time so it can be performed more quickly, but with weaker impact. Performing an ability in the power lane will increase its cast time, taking longer to perform, but with stronger impact. Pay attention to each enemy's mechanics and use lane switching to gain the upper hand during combat. Oh, we're poisoned. Makes sense, since they just showed up into our room randomly. So I assume this Mistwalker Sailor is one of the, shoot. I just heard them say what it was called. This thing that started with an H. My brain just decided to forget the word. Or at least maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, so we could do that. So how do we swap lanes? Do we... oh, well, we can flee. I just noticed. If you hold circle, you can flee. You can increase the combat speed, do a quick strike if you hold, or inspect mode. Interesting. Anyway... let's just do a love tap. Oh, we got poisoned. Lovely. Just do another love tap, really. Ow. And we got a condensed mana crystal. This crystal glows faintly with energy, used for enchanting. Interessante.
The Black Mist. How is this possible?
So, surprise guests is the mission. Anything unique in our room since last time we were here? Looks like not. Well, okay then. Oh, we got 2 enemies. Hazards. You have entered a combat encounter while standing in hazard, called Poison Mist. This has created a hazard initiative bar region that will travel along with the fighter portraits. Fighters in your party that are inside of the region will be targeted. Once the region reaches the front of the bar, it will apply effects to any of your fighters that are currently targeted. Luckily, you can use lane abilities to switch lanes and maneuver in and out of initiative bar regions. Take control of your fighter placement on the initiative bar and take control of the battle. Okay. So we could swap lanes. Oh, I see. That's how we do it. I didn't notice. Okay, I gotcha. So if we if where we are, okay, that's a cool thing to notice. Like, you have to actually pay attention to that. I'm liking this. And of course, we could just do the instant stuff if we want, but I think it would be better if we do the double tap, since it'll keep us out of the range of the box, but also allow us to do 2 damage to the enemy immediately. Yeah, let's do that. Was target the one that's weaker first, so we could possibly do it a second time. Ow. Bam. Now we're gonna get hit probably 3 times, which will be alright. We have a lot of health. We'll be fine. Alright, now we could attempt... you know what? We're gonna attempt the shredder. We will target both, of course. Bam! And we got some gold for that. Damn, already. Did I say damn already? Dead already, damn it. Jesus, I'm losing it. Oh! Okay, that's cool. So when you're in the environment, random enemies that are in the environment can attack you as well. Okay, that's good to know, actually. Okay. Yeah, you can't do the instant and the lane abilities. Got it. You know what? Because they'll be able to hit us one more time anyway before we kill them, let's do Heartbreaker. So they'll hit us the one time, and now we can perform it. Bam. Alright, there we go. Our mother's portrait is at least not fully damaged. I'm not even supposed to be here today. I'll be alright, oh muggle. I'll be good as new. You might be dead. Interesting. I wonder if these circles are poison mist. Now we keep... Yeah, these are poison mist. Which way are we supposed to go, though? I don't know. Let's go here again. That is a demon dog. Oh, it made us immediately attack them regardless. Inspect mode. You have entered a combat encounter with a spectral wharf rat. These enemies have the shifting form buff, which enhances their ability to evade your attacks, but can be dispelled by attacking it with a speed lane ability. Important buff descriptions will be displayed in the combat interface. These buffs require deeper strategy to overcome. While in Inspect mode, you can navigate between the initiative bar and the fighter cards to get details on the abilities and active buffs and debuffs. Be sure to inspect enemies during encounters to learn more about their strengths and weaknesses. Okay, so we do that. So we can see Misfortune. She has 500 health in total. Right now we don't have it fully. 110 mana, and can have 51 of the overcharge. Buffs. Strut. Increases haste by 5% per stack. Removed if damage is taken. Interesting. Okay. And then we can look at both of these boys. Spectral Wharf Rats. Deals light damage with his Spectral Bite. There's Spectral Howl, which increases attack power and haste for all allies. Lasting 2 actions, has a long cooldown. Buffs. Shifting Form. All non-speed lane attacks have a 15% chance to miss. Dispelled when hits with a speed lane attack. Got it. And a Sorrowful Wisp. So those are what those little boys are. Shadow Flame deals light magic damage and applies both Sunder and Magic Sunder. Increases all damage taken by 10% for 3 turns. Debuffs. Transfer Essence. On death, increases attack power of all allies by 25% for 3 turns. Interesting. I wonder why it's called a debuff if it's increasing attack power. Unless it's referring to us and our allies. Interesting, okay. So, because it said we have to do speed lane attacks, we will do damage to both of these boys. Firstly, the wolf, though. Of course, we get hit like that. Bam. Oh, we're gonna be stuck in the cloud mist. I didn't notice. Well, we should be fine. We can survive. We're gonna have to use a potion. So we got Infused Minor Health Potion, restores 139 health. Minor Mana Potion, restores 20 mana. Minor Revival Potion, revives a fallen ally and returns them to 40% of their max health. And Moderate Health Potion, restores 243 health. Since we collected a bunch of these, we might as well use one. Shit, why not? Now, I don't know if that gets rid of our turn. Okay, it does. Good to know. That means we're about to get more damaged. It's okay. Alright, let's see. Yeah, we might as well do another double up and take out the wisp. We'll get hit twice more, but we should be okay. Or not. Oh, again. Okay, so Transfer Essence does go for their allies. So why is it called a debuff? Wouldn't it be a buff? Because it buffs allies? Interesting. We should be able to. Only 50% chance. Yeah, I doubt would miss. I doubt it. Thank you so much, Captain. I was a goner for sure. Captain, where's Rafan? He was just here. He can't have gone far. He's probably somewhere, possibly dead already. Survive, or alive. This is going to be a pain to clean up. The crew is cursed, I swear it. Thank gods for the captain. I thought I was done for. Okay, that's all you guys say? Alright. So I'm curious what the R2 button does. Clearly, okay, so we can... So the R2, I'm not sure what the R2 button does yet, but the up button of the I call them the cross buttons. I forgot what they're actually called. You can actually open your bag and heal yourself before an encounter. And you know what? I'm going to do so. We have 500 health is our max. We will, you know what, we'll use this to restore that. Bam. And then mana, I don't want to, even though we're running out of mana, I prefer to hold off on that. Just because we only have 4 of these actually. And, oh, I misread the number. Okay, so we have 8 of those. And 4 of these, 3 of those, and 6 of these. I was looking at the wrong thing. It's a level. Each of these potions have levels to them? That is cool. That makes this game even more complicated. That's kind of cool, not gonna lie.
Raphael,
Oh, Rafan,
happened?
what's happened?
Run! Leave me!
Okay, I'll admit I did speak over a little bit of the dialogue, but I assumed because it wasn't an actual cutscene. It's a one-time thing. It's alright. 2 wolves we have to deal with. Fast lane is our best bet. Let's do the shredder shot. Okay, and then I'll hold off on the mana. I think I'm going to just do one of these for now. Ow. You know what this gameplay reminds me of? That Warsaw game we played a while back. I know it's a bit different, but it does very much remind me of that. You know what? Let's do this one, since it'll... Yeah, let's do that. It'll save us from the mist. And we'll just do an instant to finish him off.
Sarah. It came out of nowhere. I couldn't.
don't talk. Save your strength.
I thought we beat those things in Grey Harbor. Could it be another harrowing?
I don't know. But if it is, we're going to need help. We're going to need Illaoi.
Harrowing, that's what it is. I was trying to remember.
Brothers and sisters, a new enemy has risen in Bilgewater. The goddess Nagakaboros has shown him to me.
Reveal him to us, truth-bearer.
This Blood Harbor Ripper butchers men in their homes and in the streets. I can sense the fear, the stagnation he brings. We honor the Mother Serpent by restoring motion and driving him out.
Praise the goddess.
Truth-bearer, I wish to fight for you. I am ready.
Are you? If you fight with everything you have, the Mother Serpent may name you worthy. If not, she will take your life.
I surrender to her will.
Unworthy.
He is strong, Priestess. He may live.
Perhaps, if the goddess wills it. Come, our enemy awaits. These streets are full of motion. Nagakaboros smiles upon us.
Why do you embrace these foreigners, Priestess? The Pelangi do not respect the goddess or Buru tradition.
They make their own way. They fight to live. Walk among them, learn from them, maybe even have some fun.
They have many interesting desires.
Sister, I have seen you indulge in their taverns. Do not be ashamed. Next time I will join you. Now let us follow the rhythms of the street. Here, the men inside spoke recently of the killer we seek.
We will wait outside. No need to get Pelangi stink on us.
More for me then.
Illaoi has joined the party. Roll healing, damage, defense. Illaoi's powerful physique is dwarfed by only by her indomitable faith. As the priestess of the great Kraken, she uses a huge golden idol to draw power from the spirits of her enemies while restoring and protecting her allies. All who challenge the truth bearer of Nagaka Borus soon discover that Illaoi never battles alone. The god of the serpent idols fights by her side. Dungeon abilities. Illaoi's Bura upbringing allows her to read and understand Bura glyphs. Her dungeon ability, Tentacle Slam, damages enemies and allows Illaoi to initiate battle with a tentacle already active. Combat mechanics. As a priestess of Nagakaburos, Illaoi can both smite her enemies and restore her allies. Illaoi's faith in her goddess is unshakable as she fights. She summons tentacles to attack her enemies and enhance her abilities. Using taunt, Illaoi can force her enemies to face her head on rather than attacking her allies. And we have to get to know the locals. Find the ship captain. Fascinating. Okay. I know I probably mispronounced her name and a few other things. I do my best. Even when I hear other people say it, sometimes it doesn't translate to my brain. But I think I'll do my best with that. But it's cool. So from what I can tell, at one point, at least all the characters that we're going to end up playing will join together in one party, I assume. Possibly for the end. But for now, we'll see each of their different stories as they go along until they connect into one. Because I assume Illaoi is going to eventually meet Miss Fortune to help her with what's happening over where she's at. And possibly some of the other characters we saw in the intro cinematic, like when you open up the game and such. But yeah. There's a map. Would you like to view a tutorial on use the map? I mean, I probably don't need it. Why not? The district map displays a layout of a district and its key points of interest. While exploring chests, rest points, vendors, and other interactables will be discovered and marked on the map. At any time, you can navigate to the region map to get a better look of the surrounding districts. You may freely navigate between district maps that you have discovered while exploring. Okay, that makes sense. So, left stick. So there's a certain amount of treasure and lore you can find on the maps, since I'm looking at the very bottom. We can look at quest logs. Let me just do it. The quest log will keep track of all of your active and completed quests throughout the story. Quests are organized into 3 categories: story side quests and bounties. When a quest is completed, it will be moved to the completed area in the log. All active story quests will automatically be included in the quest tracker, visible while exploring. You can toggle up to 4 additional side quests and bounties to be included in the quest tracker. Cycle between them while exploring to update your objective information and markers. Fascinating. So obviously we see our first 2, Sarah Sarah Fortune, A Day in the Life, which was helping Rafan slash herself try to get some of the pirates to join her. Obviously, some did, some had to die. And then, of course, the Mist Walkers of the Harrowing tried to kill everybody, and Miss Fortune obviously survives. Rafan seems like he's dying. I assume he might be dead by the time we see him again, possibly see him again. And of course, now we got the getting to know the locals. We must find a ship captain. Illaoi suspects the ship captain might know more of the whereabouts of the Blood Harbor Ripper. And of course, there's side quests and bounties, which we have none of each yet. I wonder when that will be unlocked, but we'll see soon enough. There's also the region map. Interesting. The region map displays all of its known districts and can be navigated to jump to the district map view of each. If the current quest objective is in one of the districts of the region, an icon will appear by its district marker. Districts that contain fast travel points will be indicated by that fast travel icon. As new locations are discovered, they may be added to their area map. When you leave Blywater, you will gain access to the ocean map, which allows you to navigate between region maps as well as special standalone locations. Fascinating. So far this is the one place, so Blywater. So we have two places, the Slaughter Docks and the Fortune Estate, which is where we were previously. And we can actually go into the map to look at it. And we did seem to find two of the treasures. Clearly there's probably more, since we were only able to look at a small section of the map itself. Well, that's good to know. And of course there's the Slaughter Docks, and we have multiple things we can go do. First, we can go into obviously the captain's pub to continue the main mission, but there is lore and chests and treasure that we can find by going around. And it is clear that there might be more places to go to around here, because there's these I don't know what color it is, but they're hollow map locations, possibly, maybe, I'm not sure. Either way, let's see, there is also the inspect mode, so we can inspect while we are outside of combat. So it looks like Illaoi is only level 1. She has 170 health, 130 mana, and 47 possible overcharge. She has no buffs. Interesting. So I guess we'll learn how to level up using Illaoi instead of Miss Fortune, and I assume, maybe, don't quote me on this, that by the time we actually meet Miss Fortune as Illaoi, she'll be leveled up to roughly the same amount as Miss Fortune was level 9. So that'll be interesting. We also have R3, which obviously is the thing we can do to see what's important around the place, talk to people and such. Of course, we share potion bags with all the main characters. And what is R2? Oh! You can... Okay, so the R2 button allows you to use an attack while in the regular mode outside of combat. So I assume that means Miss Fortune could have done the same thing when we were controlling her shortly ago with her guns. That's actually pretty cool, not gonna lie, because that means we could possibly, like for her, this character at least, we could possibly hit an enemy that may be coming towards us to start an encounter and cause them to have damage beforehand, or give us initiative in the combat encounter. I'm not sure, we'll have to test that out, but okay. Alright, clearly we have two main things to do, the main story and to explore around. I will decide what we do next.
And with that, we conclude the first chapter of our journey into Ruined King. So far, I honestly think that we'll have a blast playing this game. The art style, graphics, and 2D models are very pleasing to look at. I am intrigued about where the story will go, and since it's a turn-based strategy game, I'm even more invested to keep playing it. With that said, I hope you all enjoyed this first chapter. I certainly did. Until next time, this is Ghost, signing out.